Hey friendos, it's Ritz. Welcome back to TMITuesday. This is our weekly Q&A that we do here on the channel. We accept both real mail and comments as well. We've yet to get any real mail, so maybe if that happens, we can show off real mail. But until then, I guess it's comments only. Also, real quick before we get started, I have some merch that's available. I'll be making a whole video about all the new merch coming out sometime, I think next week, which will line up with our Kingdom Hearts month and a bunch of cool stuff with that. So keep an eye out for that. But we're gonna not really show you guys any of that yet. There's a link in the description, but I'm not gonna do like a whole video about it until we have all the merch designs. Like I personally have them all. So yeah. Drake Taylor wants to know if I'm gonna continue Resident Evil 7. No, I don't continue games or series that have under 1,000 views. Just because if you have 60,000 subscribers and you're getting under 1,000 views on a series, obviously people don't give a shit about your series, so just cancel it. Which, speaking of, the last TMITuesday didn't do so well, and it hasn't been doing so well. If this continues for more than about a month from now, we're just gonna outright cancel it. So if by the end of April, TMITuesday isn't doing better than it's like 1,000 views a video, we're just gonna cancel it, and that'll be it, because people obviously aren't watching it as much as other series. So I'd rather put out other series people that actually want to watch than stuff they don't. So, kinda sucks, but oh well. Classifying 13 wants to know if I've ever heard of Hamilton. Yeah, he was like a president or something, and I'm pretty sure he had some like cool stuff going on. Have I seen the play? No, I have not seen the musical technically. I haven't seen it, no. But I know of it. Shy Guy wants to know what piercing I would recommend for someone who's only had an ear piercing. It really depends on what you want. I have wanted to have my lip pierced ever since I was a kid, like a teenager. Before I wanted these pierced, I wanted this pierced, but I got these done first. I'd recommend whatever you want. They're gonna hurt more than your ears. Ears are pretty basic, especially these. These are pretty not painful. This was actually very not painful at all. I didn't really notice. I was just like, oh, we're done? Cool. But yeah, other ones hurt much more. So really, I can't say this is a good one to do next, because it really depends on how much pain you want to go through or like how you want to look, and it's going to be different for everybody. So I can't recommend anything. I'm sorry. I suck. Shy Guy also wants to know if I've read The Martian. No, I don't really read books. I saw the movie though. It was alright. And Z kept my old roommate, Z Royal Viking, kept trying to get me to read the book, and I just wouldn't, because reading sucks. I mean, it takes too long. I have things to do. If only there was like a place I could listen to books that would sponsor this. Never gonna happen. Ash Baskerville wants to know if I ever want to play mini golf in real life, and of course, I really like mini golf. I used to play a bunch. There was a blacklight mini golf course in Monterey when I was growing up, so I went to do that for a couple birthdays and stuff. The only times I actually really had a birthday party, because that was the only time people ever wanted to show up, I guess. I wasn't popular enough for people to want to hang out on my birthday. Thanks, dickheads. A follow-up question, if so, who would I play with? I would probably, if it was in Austin, do it with Ray, Tina, Kevin, Ollie, Connor, Jazz, and the rest of the friends that I've been making here in Austin that I've made so far. There's a really awful place called Peter Pan Mini Golf that's like awful. That's in like kind of closer to the city of Austin. And then in North Austin, there's this one that we haven't gone to yet that's apparently a lot better. So there's not a lot of options, but I'd gladly go play mini golf. Nobody's Dogma wants to know, in the newest Kingdom Hearts game, what world that hasn't been seen yet would I want to see in the game? And they're actually already adding it into Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's Big Hero 6. I think that's a very cool world. I really liked the movie. It was like San Francisco, Tokyo crossover. I thought that was really cool. I think that'd be really fun to explore, especially if they like have some areas that are still kind of like San Francisco itself, because then I could be like, I kind of know those areas. I've been there. And it's pretty modern too, which would be fun. So a little less fairy tale, a little bit more modern. That could be cool. Alexis Alvarado wants to know if I could develop any type of game, what game would I do? It would probably be an action RPG, because those are my favorite games overall usually. And I don't really know what else I would do in it besides fight things with cool weapons and lots of zippers. It basically looks like a Square Enix game, because there'd be zippers everywhere and like belts that just don't make sense. Like I'd probably have like a belt like across my face, and that's just what it would look like. Sure, that's my game. Please give me millions of dollars to make it. Thank you. Sean Heatherly wants to know if it's worth getting into Kingdom Hearts, since there's so many side games already, but there's also the collections coming out. And I really think that the 1.5 and 2.5 collection on PS4 is the perfect time to jump in if you've never jumped into the Kingdom Hearts games before. The story's kind of convoluted, and it really depends on which game you start with. Personally, Kingdom Hearts 1 was what I started with, because it was the first game, obviously. I did Kingdom Hearts 1, Rechain of Memories 2, and then I did 358/2, Dream Drop Distance, Birth by Sleep. I went back to play it because I missed it completely. And yeah, I would probably play through them in chronological order. They might make slightly more sense. They don't make a lot of sense sometimes, but you might want to start with Birth by Sleep on 2.5, then jump back to Kingdom Hearts 1, then Rechain of Memories, then 2. You could watch the movies for like 358/2, but they're really long for cutscenes. You're probably better off just reading a Wikipedia article because it's a lot. Unless you have the actual, like a Game Boy or something you could play all the extra side games on, then, you know, you could do that. But if you can't, then don't. Auto Rocket wants to know my favorite show was watching as a little kid, and that depends on what you mean by like little kid. I have very fond memories, however, of watching Digimon on the late 90s, early 2000s when I was like 7 or 8, 9, that age range. I thought Digimon was the fucking coolest. It was basically like Pokemon, except they actually like grew as people, if that makes sense. Like the characters actually had like arcs, and they grew, and they went through all their trials and tribulations, and they all had to like face whatever their crest was. If your crest was the crest of courage, then you'd have this like crisis of faith, trying to figure out what you want to do or what's the right move, and then you have the courage to do the right thing. And I thought that's way better than say Pokemon, where it's just like, I'm gonna catch a Pokemon! Yay! I'm still 10 after fucking 1,000 episodes! Which logically doesn't make sense, because if every episode was one day, which that is unlikely because some of them are like weeks and stuff, but if every episode was one day, he'd be at least like 15 by now. What the fuck? He's still 10. Jesus Christ, Pokemon, get your shit together. Tanya Dilberg wants to know what the scariest thing that's happened to me was. That is definitely the car accident that happened last February. There's a whole video about it if you want to check it out. It was one of my vlogs. Just look up the car accident. It's Ritz Vlogs, car accident. You look at the fucking thumbnail is a bunch of cars. You'll know it when you see it. Phoenix Moon wants to know what my favorite song to dance around to is, and I don't dance. I don't care. I know you can. Not a chance. Cause I can do this, then you can do that, but I don't dance. The Labyrinth 8993 wants to know who my favorite YouTuber friend to play with is, and that's really hard. I'm gonna give you 5 really quickly, kind of bullet point version, because I can't just pick one. Max, Gassy Mexican, hilarious. Even if we're not playing games, he's just fucking hilarious and makes me laugh, and it's crazy. Zero Viking, my older roommate, probably one of my best friends of all time. He's a fucking great person and is just so easy to go along with whatever's happening in a game. He will roll with the punches. Then I would definitely say Doxy, Zero Doxy, part of Rock College with myself and Minx, who is also on this list. But she's hilarious when it comes to improv. She will just go with whatever it is. She's very quick-witted, and probably another one of the funniest people I know. And then of course Minx, the obscene humor that makes me a worse person, but it's funnier that way. So I have to include her in the list. And then Nanners, because if he and I are on a team, the other team's gonna lose. There's no options. We're just gonna destroy it. We're gonna find the cheatiest thing we can, and we're just gonna go with it. And that's how we do things. So those are the 5. I know you asked for one, but there's 5 because I can't pick just one. TDK Mist / Staff Mist wants to know if there's any YouTuber specifically I'd want to collaborate with. That would be Casey Neistat. Not even so much collaborate with him. I just like to have a conversation with him. There is so much that he knows about storytelling and about shooting and cameras, and I'm, to be honest, very basic. I got a lens that looks pretty on a DSLR camera that sits here, and I tried shooting things and doing little things for a vlog for a while. I don't get outside enough to do it, and I don't know enough about cameras, and I feel like if I just talked to him for like 20 minutes, I would just be so much smarter as a person and a much better person for it, because he just knows so much about cameras and storytelling and shooting and angles and like all the things that would make everything great. So definitely Casey Neistat, even though it's not necessarily gaming. Roxy K asks if I have a boyfriend, and yes I do. We've been dating off and on since August. No, you guys will never see him on camera. He doesn't like that, so he won't ever. And also I like having personal life. I will tell you sparse information about the boyfriend, that's about all you'll get. So there you go. Can2723 asks if I have any advice for your friends not being able to understand mental illness and you don't know what to do. And I actually did a whole TMITuesday sometime last year. I think it was called like anxiety and depression or something like that, where I talked about my experience with anxiety, depression, and like finding people who can help build me up and that sort of thing. So I can answer that probably better in that video. It's really hard to explain to people, especially if they're younger or like high school age, because let's be honest, high schoolers generally aren't the smartest people. I'm sorry, let's be honest. I was the dumb fucking teenager. I was a dumb fucking college student. I'm still a dumb fucking 24-year-old. But I'm getting better. And, you know, if people just don't understand or don't want to understand, you gotta learn to just cut them out of your life. If they're not good for you, get them out. You don't have time in this world to waste on it. When you're young, you feel like there's so much life and time left. And as you start to get older, I'm only 24 and I'm already like, dude, I don't got time for this. I'm cutting this shit out of my life because I have stuff I need to do. I've only got X amount of years here and I don't even know how many years that'll be. So I gotta do the stuff that makes me happy and the stuff that, for me personally, that tries to make other people happy. So I don't know if that actually answered your question at all. Maybe it did. So yeah. Zach the Avenger wants to know what my favorite song to listen to at the moment is, and I'm gonna have to say it's probably Chemical Prisoner by Falling in Reverse. I don't know why it was on my Spotify weekly recommended playlist. I checked it out, I really liked it. I've been listening to that album a little bit. There's some fucking hilarious ones. There's one where they just go, "You make me come, complete." And I'm like, ooh, you skirting the line there. So I'd put that up in there. Don Brocco, I believe is how you pronounce it, is like kind of more an alternative poppy band that I've been getting into as well. It's nice just to put on the background and have in the back, you know, when you're doing whatever, shower, whatever. And Caving is a pretty cool like emo indie band that I really, really like. It's just really one guy. He's only got 3 songs out. I love all 3 songs. I sing them all the time on stream. So if you come by my stream, just check it out. That's going to do it for this week's TMI Tuesday. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below with your guys' questions. Remember, we are accepting real mail in the address down below if you want to send me even just a letter with like your questions. That could be fun because my backdrop's really lonely. Like all down here is pretty empty and it'd be really cool if we could fill that up. Anyways, friendos, as always, my name is Ritz and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Who is this next to me? Ritz gave him the, you gave him the slip, dude.
It's because we dress you up in a T-Rex costume and just rub you so hard that you